Hey, my friends, what's going on? It's Ultimus, and craziness is going on here. Absolute insanity, dare I say myself. Sorry, bad jokes are bad, but as you can see, I am not playing my warrior. I am playing the much anticipated, by myself at least, Shadow Priest. Now, these are just skirmishes. They're absolutely terrible. I am a horrible, horrible noob. And most of these matches consist of me running away, screaming like a little girl, trying to save my life, while whoever I'm paired up with does work. Case in point here, that hunter went from alive to dead while I ran around. Cool by me. Because what I'm learning is part of playing a Shadow Priest now is learning to switch my thinking up from melee, juggernaut, warrior to now run, attack when I'm able to, pillar hump, play the line of sight game, all this nonsense. Like a complete and total, 180 compared to how I'm used to playing. So, that being said, these are going to be horrendously butt clenching, I can imagine, for anybody who plays a caster or anybody who plays a Shadow Priest. These are literally the first skirmishes and legit PvP matches I've ever played. I spent some gold on the Champion's Honor tokens so I could get some gear to kind of help soften that learning curve just a little bit, but the rest is pretty much all PvP blues. So learning just the spells, remembering how my spells work together, figuring out a rotation, figuring out more or less how to burst as a Shadow Priest. And what I'm learning is you really can't burst as a Shadow Priest. It's more like subtle sustain damage is the impression that I'm getting. Normally people they don't really worry about your attacks because you're just the Shadow Priest, and then before you know it, damage is going crazy, things are ramping up, and as you can see, I mean obviously the rogue is doing a ton of damage as well, but I feel like because my damage is just kind of being left alone there, it was getting very, very serious very, very quickly. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I've wanted a Shadow Priest since vanilla. That spawns from one of the first PvP matches I ever did in vanilla on my warrior, and the Shadow Priest utterly wrecked me, just destroyed me, and I thought they were the coolest thing, and I don't know why it's taken me so long to actually get one up and play one, but there it is. Learning to fear offensively and defensively, learning to use my cooldowns in such a way to where I'm able to survive, sort of. As you can see here, you can remember to keep Power Word, Shield up, Dispersion, all this kind of stuff. Just running to save my life. Which is, again, such a completely different thought process. Very different thought process for me. So just interesting for to say the least. But I'm having a ton of fun with it. These matches I did on stream, so I had some coaching from some of the viewers and stuff like that. And it was fun just to laugh at how bad I was at it. So very, very happy overall with it. And I think it'll be a fun change of pace. I tried healing a little bit on the Holy Paladin, but overall Holy Paladins are fairly clunky this expansion. I'm just not having as much fun on them as I thought. And so just wanted to switch it up. Caster seemed like the most logical conclusion. And I've always wanted a priest. Again, I think priests are some of the coolest class concepts, and especially going into Legion. Shadow Priests look really, really cool to me, so might as well get used to more or less playing one and go from there. But anyways, enough rambling about that. Let's comment on some matches. Combat Rogue, Restoration, Druid, this one. Now this match is a bit sweet to me only because of this reason and this reason alone. The Resto Druid on the opposite team, Curious Kitty, ditched me a couple matches before because he didn't feel like I was doing enough damage. Or apparently, he didn't like the way I was playing. I don't know. I mean, completely understand. I don't blame him for not wanting to play with me. I'm a complete noob and I'm under-geared. But it's just kind of funny that we come back this time around. Got that clutch interrupt on his Cyclone earlier, and his rogue friend just dies. And again, there you go. So, very satisfying to turn around and beat the guy that turned around and ditched me a couple matches before. That's some sweet, savory, tasty, delicious justice. Holy Paladin or Survival Hunter. A lot more scared this time as a Shadow Priest than I normally am on my warrior. Obviously, the Hunter has a lot of crowd control that he has at his disposal, along with the Holy Paladin Fist of Justice there. But I have a lot less defensives as a Shadow Priest, so really kind of curious here, still learning my spells, and as I'm sure anybody who plays a caster or plays a Shadow Priest specifically, like mentioned earlier, we'll probably see a whole lot of spells that I'm not using and that I should be using. Right now, my whole thing is just trying to stay alive, trying to remember how to use my abilities. One thing I will say that I learned, man, Shadow Priest Silence, man, that sucks. Like, what, 45-second cooldown? What is that crap? Is it because we have so many fears? I don't understand. Seems a little bit silly when every other class has a interrupt on like a 15-second cooldown, something silly like that. I don't know, just my 2 cents. Playing such a dot heavy class too, it's always like I can do a really good job remembering to keep Rend up as my arms warrior, but trying to remember to keep Vampiric Touch, Shadow Word Pain, and all that up as well, that's just like, it's just a lot to manage for me. And I know it's not that complicated, especially compared to like Affliction Warlocks, but this is a completely different change of pace for me. So that being said, it should be interesting to see where this all goes, but very happy with how these first few matches went overall. I've got more coming for you, so please do let me know if this is something you are interested in watching, because it's probably going to be on the channel either way. But feel free to please leave me a comment if you feel so inclined. Don't forget to like if you did in fact like the video or enjoy it. And thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.